Everybody in here, kids, adults, you need to know what you want. We live in a world where many people, they give up on their dreams. Get a job and help somebody else build that person's dream.
But in order to go places, there needs to be a roadmap and what I call a master plan of your life in terms of to achieve these dreams.
I fail to believe that God put us on this earth simply to exist.
Yeah, the foundation. Because my dream became my reality. You know, there was hiccups in the road.
Tom Brady, that he used to have a picture of Michael Jordan in his room, and now they're comparing him with Michael Jordan as the Michael Jordan of football. So no matter how great people end up in life, it all starts with a dream. So not many persons will go back to the ghetto and live. They will move to a middle class here, they'll move to a housing scheme. It is their dream now to live in a nice neighborhood. And you can't blame anybody for that, because you have to look at where you want to raise your kids and who is going to be around them to look at as role model. You have to look at crime. But who is it that is left back? The guys who want the quick money from the hustling, the scamming, the drugs. And they put up these big houses. They are the ones with the fancy cars, the bikes. And those are the persons who the kids are exposed to and who they are looking at. And they're wondering, where did they get their money from? How are they living this life? And they become drawn to it. But they never see the flip side. The hard workers who get so much fulfillment from doing a job well done. Those who can earn money the legitimate way and live to an old age to enjoy the benefits of that money. And as a result of that, we're caught in a cycle.
Adults, you need to know what you want. See, even talking to a lot of people, they can tell you a list of things that they don't want. When you ask what you want, it's not so easy to come up with. So you need to know exactly what you want. And when you know what you want, it's okay if your goals for you doesn't match up with other people's goals. It's okay to chase your goals even though other people think you should do something different. See, God gave your goals to you. You see it. I don't have to see it. Your parents don't have to see it. Your friends don't have to see it. You see it. So you go ahead and chase your goals, right? So I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, mainly because my mother, she couldn't afford to fund my education. I went there thinking, okay, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get a good job, whatever the case may be. It didn't quite work out like that. I ended up working at a bank, and quickly I became one of the top salespeople in that bank. And I found out two things. One, I was pretty good with sales. I like talking to people. Two, I didn't want to be an employee. I didn't want to work for anybody. I wanted to work for myself. Winning at a high level is not for the chosen few. Massive success is not for the chosen few. Achieving your dreams is not for the chosen few, but it's for the few that choose. So I encourage everybody in here, young, old, indifferent, how you feel, I encourage you to choose to dream. And when I say dream, I'm not talking about getting a Corolla, putting on the road to make some extra money. That's cool, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about opening a shop in the community, making a little extra money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about going on say a work program to the US to get a little job. Your dream has to excite you. Maybe you want to make $1 million a year. Maybe you want to make $1 million a month. Maybe you want to generate an international business that impacts tens of thousands of lives across the world. Maybe you want to travel, you want to see every crevice, every corner of this world. The dream has to excite you. See, that excitement, that's what's going to keep you going when the doubt starts to seep in. The excitement is going to keep you going when you start to get a rejection. You get hear no over here, hear no over there. See, like you hear no every single where. The excitement is going to keep you going when people start saying that you're crazy. When you say you're crazy, but you're not crazy. Les Brown says there's greatness in you. And there's greatness in every person in here. You have to recognize that. And you know what? I know what a lot of people are thinking. I know what a lot of people are saying when they hear things like this. Duey, Saxton, that's so good. But it's unrealistic. It sounds wonderful, it sounds amazing, but it's just not realistic. Why is it that somebody says to you that you can have anything that you want? And somebody says to you you can achieve all your dreams, why do you naturally reject it? When somebody looks at you and says, man, you ain't gonna nothing. You're not gonna amount to nothing, man. No, that's not gonna work. You really accept that. Why is that? See, unrealistic is a lie that average people tell to justify their averageness. Think about this. Years ago, the flip a switch and lights come on. That was unrealistic. But aren't you happy that Thomas Edison didn't subscribe to the lie? That's unrealistic. We all have smartphones, right?
Yeah.
You know how unrealistic that was 20 years ago? Aren't you happy Steve Jobs didn't subscribe to unrealistic? A metallic vehicle flying through the air, and get this, people in it. How unrealistic was that? Thank God the Wright brothers did not subscribe to the lie. That's unrealistic. My mentor says if you believe you can, you do. If you believe you can't, you don't. My granny said believe kill and believe cure. Right? So that's wonderful news if you think about it, because that means all you have to do is really inspect what you expect. All you have to do is be deliberate in the things that you believe, and you can really have anything. You can have anything that you want if you just believe it. The unfortunate thing about that is many people will never accept that to be fact. I want to share with you some examples of just the power of belief, right? In 1954, it was believed that the human being could not run a mile under 4 minutes. Not only was it dangerous to attempt such a thing, they say your heart will stop. You could kill yourself, you could die if you try to do something like that. And that's what the experts were saying. Then came along a gentleman by the name of Roger Bannister. In May of 1954, he did the impossible. He ran a mile under 4 minutes. And what made this story even more intriguing is 45 days later, somebody broke his record. That year, several athletes ran the mile under 4 minutes. Today, high school kids run the mile under 4 minutes.
Your end goal is the most important part of your master plan, your dream, your end goal. What it is that you want to achieve. Okay, if it's in a career, what career are you trying to achieve? Okay, set out the roadmap in terms of how you're going to get there. You know, if it's through education, if it's not through education, because sometimes it's not. You know, many of the entrepreneurs and the millionaires and the great businessmen that we have are college dropouts. You know, it's sometimes college is not enough for them in terms of their mind and their thoughts. You know, so that basically they want to get out and achieve what they need to do as quick as possible, and sometimes college is a hindrance. In order for my mind to be working properly, I need to be physically able to do it. So I work out. You know, one of the first things I do before I work out in the morning, I stand and actually pray. And what I ask for is not absolutely anything. What I ask for is that I want God to grant me success. I want God to grant me vision that I can see when there's obstacle. And I want God to grant me grace that happiness will bestow my life. And I walk out the gym and sometimes I don't even feel like I want to be there. But when I go there, I'm 40 minutes cardio, lifting weights, and I feel real fine when I'm walking out. And I walk upstairs to my office and walk up with the hope that I'm going to change the world.